students, applications of trigonometry question. So let's start to solve, guys. The question is, a man is walking towards a vertical pillar in a straight path at a uniform speed. At a certain point A on the path, he observes that the angle of elevation of the top of the pillar is 30 degree, and after walking for 10 minutes from A in the same direction, at the point B, he observes that the angle of the elevation on the top of the pillar is 60 degree. Then they are asking us to find the time taken by him to reach the pillar from B. What is the time taken by him to reach the pillar from the point B? So people, this is a very easy one, even though it seems a big question. Actually, this is a concept of your 10th standard, right? You guys learned about this application of trigonometry 10th standard. Just use that, and the question only looks big, but the solution is gonna be very small. So just understand the question well and interpret it and try to imagine the situation. That's what makes you better. That's what makes you better to solve this kind of questions. Whenever either it can be a maths problem, physics problem, no matter what, just understand the situation given and interpret it, and then draw the figure, and that's how you should start up the solving method. Okay, wow? That is what I'm gonna do here. So let us understand what is given in the question. It is given that a man is walking towards a vertical pillar in a straight path at a uniform speed. So first it is given that there is a vertical pillar. So for example, let me say this is a vertical pillar. Listen very carefully. I am saying that this is the vertical pillar. Okay. Let this be a vertical pillar. Okay, va? Okay, va? So now it is given that a man is walking towards this particular vertical pillar in a straight path. In this path, a man is walking. So he's at a certain point A. He observes that the angle of elevation top of the pillar is 30 degree. So people, just understand it well. Here is given that. So let me say this is a certain point. Okay, this is your base. Okay, this is a horizontal level or line, you can say anything. Okay, this is the base or the ground surface or the path that he is traveling. Now at a certain path A, at a certain point A, let me say this is the point A. At this point A, he observes that the angle of elevation on top of the pillar is 30 degree. We know this is the pillar and this is that particular point A. So from this you could observe that the angle of elevation is 30 degree. What do you mean by angle of elevation? Angle of elevation is nothing but the angle made by the horizontal line with the line of sight when you are viewing upward. Because we know that in this point only the man is there and he is viewing this topmost point of the pillar. So therefore the angle, the line of sight is this particular line. Correct or not? The line of sight is this particular line. So let me draw it little more straight. Okay. Okay, wow. So let me draw like that. Okay, so this is how the line of sight looks for that particular man standing at this particular point A. And it is given that the angle of elevation is 30 degree. Correct or not? Correct or not? So that is what given in the question. So he is observing the topmost point of the pillar from a point A such that his angle of elevation is 30 degree. The angle of elevation is the angle made by the horizontal line with the line of sight when you are viewing upward. And what do you mean by angle of depression? Angle of depression is the angle made by the horizontal level and your line of sight when you are viewing downward, when you are viewing the bottom of any particular pillar. For example, if someone stands in the pillar and views this point A, and that particular angle made by this is known as your angle of depression, not by this, the angle made by the line of sight and the horizontal level. So here it will be the horizontal level and this mark the angle. But angle of depression is not needed now. Just I'm saying the concept behind it. Just the angle between the line of sight and your horizontal level when you're moving downward is something we call as angle of depression. Just understand it. Okay. So but the given thing is angle of elevation. So at point A, observe that the angle of elevation is 30 degree. And now, same on this particular path, after walking for 10 minutes, from this point A, after walking for 10 minutes, at a point B, observe that the angle of elevation top of L is 60 degree. So people just understand. He just walking from this point A to some point B such that the time taken between these two particular points is 10 minutes, and the angle of elevation for this particular point B is given as 60 degree. Correct or not? That is what given in the question now. I'm just telling whatever given in the question, just using the concept. Okay, the basic concept that you guys learned in your applications trigonometry of your class 10th. Okay, that is what I am trying to use here. So just, and also I am using the information given in the question. So from point A to point B, it takes 10 minutes, where at point A, the angle of elevation is 30 degree, where at point B, your angle of elevation is 60 degree. This is something, the scenario given in the question, and they are asking us to find the time taken by him to reach the pillar, this particular pillar from this particular point B. So now, let me name some of the points here. Okay, this point is not named, and also this point is not named. So let me name those points. So let me name this point as O. Let me name this point as O, and let this be C. Okay, let this be C. For example, I am saying let this be C. But the given thing in the question is point A and B. So now let me say that the distance between point O and point B as Y. The distance between point O and point B as Y, and the distance between point B and point A as Z. Okay, Z. And let the height of the tower be X. Just following the XYZ format. Okay, so the height of the tower is X. Okay, so that is what I'm just naming the distance. Okay, just understand the basic thing behind it. So the height of the tower, we know this is the tower, and the height of the tower is X. And let me say like that. And also this particular OB, I'm naming it as Y, and this particular AB, I'm naming it as Z. So from A to B is going where the angle of elevation changes from 30 to 60 degree. Okay, so that is the naming I'm doing here. Guys, actually I'm solving it very slow because I want each and every guys to understand what is the scenario happening here, and also I'm explaining the concept behind it so that you will be very clear of the concept as well. Because application trigonometry only few concepts, not even few, only 2 concepts, 2 to 3 concepts. If you know that, you're done with it. But you need to solve more questions. Okay, that is what I want you to do. So now let us solve the question. I just named those particular distances. So let me say, in triangle, let me see the bigger triangle. The bigger triangle where your angle of elevation is 30 degree. So that bigger triangle is in triangle COA. That is the triangle now. The bigger triangle is COA, where the angle of elevation is 30 degree. So for this bigger triangle, let me find out your tan of 30 degree. Because here the angle of elevation is 30 degree. Now you may ask why I am finding out tan. Because guys, even in 10th standard you learn this. If I want to know some values, and as well as if you just know the opposite and adjacent values, it's better to find your tan of some angle, such that it will be very easy to find either one. But here we are not going to find either one, but we are just going to find the time taken. So just follow what I am doing. Okay, so for the bigger triangle, the COA, the tan of 30 degree is nothing but the opposite of this particular angle, that is X. The height of that is X now. So the opposite divided by adjacent. What will be the adjacent here? Will the adjacent be Y? Or will the adjacent be Z? Of course not. I'm talking about the whole triangle. Then of course your adjacent will be sum of these two particular lengths. That is Y plus Z. Sum of these two particular lengths will be OA. Okay, I hope that makes you people clear. And now what is tan of 30 degree? Tan of 30 degree is 1 by root 3. And 1 by root 3 is equal to X by Y plus Z. Correct or not? So now just cross multiply. Guys, very basic concept. Tan 30 degree 1 by root 3. Just cross multiply. Therefore get it as Y plus Z is equal to root 3X. Correct? So this is what you guys will get finally. Okay, wow. So now from this I would say that your root 3x is nothing but y plus z. This is the equation I got now. What I finally got? Nothing great. Just I reversed your LHS and RHS. Just I'm writing. I not reverse any terms, but just I'm writing. Y plus z is equal to 3x means root 3x is equal to y plus z. Just converse statement or not negation, converse statement, like that you can say. Okay, wow. That is what I am doing here. So this is a particular equation we found. So now let me keep this as one equation. I will write here. Okay. We have found that your root 3x is equal to y plus z. Correct or not? This is the equation which we found now. And let me keep this as equation 1. I found this by using the bigger triangle and finding out the value of tan of 30 degree. Okay, so that is what I did here. Now let us come on to your, I kept this equation 1. Now let us come on to your small triangle, that is COB. Okay, the small triangle, your angle of elevation is 60 degree. So in triangle COB, correct or not? So small triangle where your angle of elevation is 60 degree. That is what I am going to talk about. So here also same find the same, that is tan of 60 degree, because the angle of elevation is 60 degree. So tan of 60 degree, I think what opposite, that is your x, the height of the dart, divided by, now it will not be y plus z, because I am just talking about this small triangle up to this point B only. Therefore adjacent will be y only. Okay, so now tell me what is your tan 60 degree? Root 3. So root 3 will be equal to x by y. Therefore from this I would say that your y root 3, your x is equal to y root 3. Correct or not? That is what I will say when you are cross multiply. When I take this y to this side, I will get as root 3 times of y is equal to x. So therefore x is equal to y times of root 3. The very basic concept. And now this is the equation which we got now. Nothing but your x is equal to, I don't know what happened. 1 second, wait people. X is equal to y root 3 and let this be your equation 2. Okay. So from this particular small triangle, I got to know that your x is equal to y root 3. This is the derivation just by finding out your tan 60 degree value. And now let me rub these things. Now people, from these two equations, we are done with the question. Almost it's finished. Okay, every job is done. Just need to solve these two equations. The first equation is, that is your equation 1 is root 3x is equal to y plus z, and your equation 2 is x is equal to y root 3. Now put equation 2 in 1. Okay, put 1 minute people, I don't know what happened, just wait. So put equation 2 in 1. Okay, that is what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna put your equation 2 in 1. There's nothing bad. In this particular equation, in equation 1, I'm having root 3x is equal to y plus z. Instead of x, I'm gonna put it as y root 3 by your equation 2. That is what I'm gonna do. So when I write like that, I will get it as root 3 times of x. X will be y root 3 here. So root 3 times of y root 3 will be equal to y plus z. Correct or not? Correct or not? Very, very basic concept. Just by putting your equation 2 in 1 such that your x will take up on the value of y root 3. So root 3 into y root 3 will be ya into root 3 into root 3 will be 3. So 3y will be equal to y plus z. From this I will get your, take this y to LHS, therefore your 2y will be equal to z. This is the final equation I got to know. Just take this y to LHS, therefore 2y will be equal to z. And now people, if 2y is equal to z, what will be your y value? Your y will be z by 2. Just in solving the basic simple equations, we got to know that your y is equal to z by 2. Correct or not? Your y is equal to z by 2. And now listen to me very, very carefully. In the question is given that the time taken to move from point A to point B is 10 minutes. For covering the distance of Z, it takes 10 minutes because the distance between point A and point B is Z. So for covering this distance, it takes 10 minutes, and they're asking us to find the time taken by him to reach a pillar, that is point O from B. There is nothing but they're asking us to find the value of Y. If for Z, let me write here. For Z, it takes 10 minutes. Correct or not? Because from point A to point B, it takes 10 minutes. Then, for Y, how much time it will take? Because the Y is from point B to the pillar, and that is something asked in the question. We know that Y is equal to Z by 2. And the time taken to cover Z distance is 10 minutes. And what is the time taken to cover Y distance? Very simple, just divided by 2. So that will be 5 minutes. So the answer for the question is 5 minutes. That's all. See how we solve. Guys, a very easy question, but just I explain it very detailedly, such that you will get the concepts well as the solving approach. Okay, that is also very important, and that matters me. Okay, wow. So for covering Z distance, taking minutes means for Y distance it will be of course 5 minutes, because we know that your Y length is equal to Z length by 2. The length are in this proportion, and of course the time taken will be the same proportion. Such a basic concept. So that's all of this question. Thank you. Make education simple.